What's up everybody, Steven Zekeeler here. It's time to bring you a new reaction video. But before that, 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed. This means two things. You're either brand new to the channel or returning. And I do hope that this video gets you to hit that subscribe button today. Last year, we didn't hit our goal of 400,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. We almost got there, and we were so close to 100,000 new subscribers in that year. But I still need more people to join and subscribe to get my channel to hit 1 million subscribers. This upcoming year, the new goal is 500,000 subscribers, and I need you to hit that subscribe button today so we can hit it this year. I know we can do it. What's up everybody, Steven Zekeeler here with another reaction, and today we have something interesting I saw pop up on my feed on YouTube, and I think I even saw a couple comments about this. So, I am a huge fan, and I know a lot of you out there who are also probably huge fans of TeamFourStar and Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Now, it was a very sad time when it came to them retiring from, not really retiring, but you know what I mean, like no longer doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but we got some stuff after the fact. Home for Infinite Losers. Then they did a small series that involved sub episodes that were 3D animated, but I don't think they ever continued that after a while. I remember like the one where it was Krillin and 18 going on their first date, stuff like that. Some in between stuff for the Dragon Ball lore and all that stuff. Then we also got, I think it was like almost 2 years ago now. I don't remember when it came out. But we had a video dropped by a channel called Totally Not Mark working with TeamFourStar to give us Dragon Ball Z Abridged Buu Saga in a huge but fun summary, without it actually being an official, like, all full-on series. But it gave us a little bit of something to love and enjoy. And looks like they're back at it again with Totally Not Mark and also TeamFourStar doing something called Dragon Ball Magic. And this could be, from the thumbnail, something to relate to Dragon Ball Daima. Dragon Ball Z Abridged with Dragon Ball Daima. Now that might be some fun entertainment. And it does say part 1. Now, this came out 3 days ago, has over 200,000 views. This is a very lengthy video as well. It's over an hour and 20 minutes. So, without any more delay, make sure you're subscribed to both channels, of course, Totally Not Mark and TeamFourStar. Like the original video, and hopefully later down the line we can get a part 2. If this is only like the first couple episodes of Daima or something like that, I'm looking forward to this. Either way, let's get into this and enjoy episode 1. Oh, it actually titles it. Oh, I see separation. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. How many episodes? I think, there's 20 episodes. So there could be up to 4 parts. Okay. All right. Let's get into this.
We open on a flashback. In the demon world's throne room sits Dabra. Degazu stands calmly by his side when suddenly a familiar figure reaches out across the floor. It's Babidi. We don't hear the details.
Oh, wait! This is going even further. This is how Babidi and Dabura meet? Oh, shit! You know, it is odd to know that Babidi was able to infiltrate the demon realm to even get Dabura in the first place and bring, because what we learned in Daima is there's a whole portal system.
Details of the conversation, but we do see Degazu's concerned reactions and the final line that convinces Dabra of everything.
All I need is your cooperation. Temporarily, of course. Help me revive Majin Buu and I will show you magic that transcends realms.
The scene distorts, warps. We see flashes, the symbol appearing on Dabra's forehead, and then present day. Occupying an unknown character's point of view, we're looking at a screen following the events of Majin Buu's arc.
Ooh, okay.
After witnessing Dabra's death at the hands of Majin Buu, we hear a satisfied grunt followed by the placing down of a glass. In a village on the outskirts of the third demon realm, Dabra's monument is seen under a darkening, cloudy sky. Upon his head, a crown sits, and then lightning strikes.
The crown! Look at the crown!
Crumbling to dust before hitting the ground, the crowd grows. Murmurs give way to shouts of confusion.
Okay.
What does it mean? King Gapura is dead! Slain by outsiders!
These words ripple through the land. Shock, fear, and uncertainty begin to take hold until a shadowy figure descends onto Dabra's crumbling likeness where the crown once sat. With a single gesture, a new crown materializes on the head of this mysterious figure. Slipping before...
Okay, so off the bat, this is taking a little bit of a detour from what we saw in Daima. All right, so this is going to have a lot of fan addedness to it. I'm okay with that. There's still lots of parts of Daima I wish that were a little bit, I don't know, given to us. I still love Daima. I think I enjoyed Daima more than GT, honestly. A lot of people like to compare them, so that's why I said GT. I would even say there's a good portion of Daima, animation-wise and everything, that could be better, story even, than a majority of Super. Up until probably Tournament of Power, I would say.
regaining his composure, he quips,
People of the third demon world, your king has fallen. But you are not without leadership. I, Great Demon King Goma, shall guide you through this turbulence. You need not fear. Your king will protect you from all threats.
Well,
ooh, okay.
This is new. So as you can see, we've made a brand new Dragon Ball series complete with new visuals, voice acting, and music, all because we thought Dragon Ball Daima had insane potential. It should have been a smash hit, and yet fans didn't really connect with it like they did the
there's a lot of fans out there that were just truly showing their side of not truly being a fan of Dragon Ball.
others. Which makes sense because Daima started production before the script was even finished, which meant that early decisions were locked in regardless of whether or not they were going to be used. Join bugs, anyone? And so we wanted to change that.
Yeah, we really wanted that fusion bug thing to actually happen. That is true.
Writer Yuko Kakihara penned the entire series based on Toriyama's ideas, and so we're stepping into her shoes to put our own spin on those concepts. Not to rewrite Toriyama's legacy, of course, but to give it the structure, pacing, and emotional weight we think his wonderful ideas deserve. All we need is a title.
Okay. I like the Cartoon Network style of Totally Not Mark right there. Hold the phone? Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, I'm recording this kind of late in the day to be 100%. This might be the only upload I do today just because, one, this is a very long video, and two, I don't really have the time to probably get a second video out in time. So look out for more videos, and also check out yesterday's video. Yesterday was a huge video where I uploaded all my reactions to Hazbin Hotel Season 2. It's a 4.5 hour video, so go enjoy that too. After watching this video, of course. I gotta say, this intro is fucking fire. Oh, with the Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. 1 year later, okay.
We're greeted by a much more familiar sight. Goku and Vegeta sparring before transitioning to the events of Trunks' birthday.
And I will say, as soon as episode or part 2 drops, I'll try to get to it a little bit faster. I only noticed or heard about this recently, so.
Seen in the original first episode. However, unlike the original first episode, we want to make an effort to show that Kibito Kai, the fusion of Kibito and Shin, is still very much a thing. Though what has not changed is the topic of conversation being Goten and Trunks' apparent lack of height.
That's likely a recessive gene. Saiyan children don't shoot up until somewhere in their teens. In just a single year, he'll double in height.
No wonder I was short for so long.
Maybe Krillin's just...
Oh, it's so good to hear the TeamFourStar voices. Let's go!
Saiyan late bloomer.
Krillin leers back at him while Android 18 gives a little smile to her husband. Mid-meal, however, the sky becomes shrouded in darkness. Confused, Piccolo looks to Goku and says,
I thought Dende was holding the Dragon Balls for you to wish King Kai back to life.
On the back of this, we cut back to the lookout to see our first view of Goma properly. Flanked by Degasu and a military police pilot, he stands before Shenlong as both Mr. Popo and Dende are held down by a powerful, mysterious force.
Oh, they don't understand Mr. Popo's pecking order. They're lucky he's going easy on them.
That wish is beyond my power.
How curious. Just as you thought, Degasu. This Earth dragon has limitations.
Sire, we don't have much time. Those Earthlings will be here any minute.
Degasu is stopped mid-sentence as Goma raises his arm. It's clad in an advanced technology flush with a glowing blue liquid. He turns to Degasu.
Don't be so hasty. Your sister's device is keeping things in check for now.
Hey, Dende, I thought you said I could... Oh.
Noticing Dende's
This is drastically different. I'm loving this.
compromised situation, Goku's face changes as he begins to power up. In a frenzied panic, Degasu shouts,
Dragon, turn that mortal-less friends into children!
The wish is accepted, and with it, Goku is thrown into the
But my question is now, what was the prior wish that wasn't allowed? Oh, they were probably going to wish for them to be killed. That's probably what it is.
air, reverting back to his childlike form alongside scenes of all of his friends doing the same.
A wasteful wish, but a smart one altogether. Now, let's figure out a way to make this next wish work and be gone.
Before any discussion can begin, Goma notices a beep. The device in his arm has depleted. Looking to his ship, Goma raises his arm, summoning the pilot to his grasp. In moments, his screams fade to a terrifying silence, broken by a sudden thud as the shriveled husk of the pilot drops to the floor, dead.
Oh, that's right. They do like some type of it's been a while since I watched Daima, but yeah, there is like a whole like stealing life force kind of thing.
The dial on Goma's arm has raised slightly. Gesturing to Degasu, he commands,
That'll buy some time. Get the Namekian kid to the ship for now. I'll tie up this loose end and we can finally make this damn wish.
The dragon, however, has other plans. Citing that newcomers only get one wish, Shenlong retreats and the balls disperse across the land once again. Incensed, Goma channels his dark energy and turns his attention towards Goku, now lifting himself up from the ground, confused.
Oh, okay. So Goma's actually going to be more of a threat in this series. Okay, to be fair, Goma was just kind of a goofball throughout the series until the end when he got the fucking third eyeball thing.
What's this? A high-stakes fight in the first episode? In the original Dragon Ball Daima, Goma serves as our window
What was I just saying?
into the demon realm and kicks off the plot, but once the heroes arrive, his central flaw becomes unavoidably apparent.
He's definitely like more of a gag villain, not really a threat until the third eye.
Lacks agency, motivation, and any real substantial goal. He sends a few troops, shares some comedic scenes, then waits for the climax to happen to him. Even in the final battle, he only becomes threatening when the Tertian Oculus falls into his lap by pure luck. And so this Goma problem haunted us from day one. We even considered creating an entirely new villain, but ultimately we decided to fix Goma rather than replace him because this project is about improving the original vision, not discarding it. So we rebuilt.
I still remember everyone trying to theorize and put together an idea that Majin Do and Majin Ku would somewhat fuse together and become a bigger threat, like almost like Kid Buu, but with a idea, and this was also an idea I had a theory of, Majin Buu, Majin Ku fused together, and it's going to be like a hybrid of like what Kid Buu and Janemba wise would be. That's what I thought was going to happen at some point, because of the fact that they're Buu characters and they can absorb each other and everything like that. And it would be a threat enough to, one, make a canon version of Janemba, and maybe possibly hint even more towards Gogeta being brought to the fight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Built him from the ground up. We connected him to the Buu saga.
How hype would it be if the Janemba thing happened, though? Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku still happened. Then Vegeta and Goku had to fuse with each other. And then Super Saiyan 4 Daima Gogeta. Imagine how hyped that shit would have been. God damn, with the bug fusion.
Through Babidi's control of Dabura, hinting at what a Demon King might truly desire. We made him opportunistic and controlling, but gave him a comedically insecure demeanor, desperately needing respect and to be taken seriously. But most importantly, we reframed his introduction. Original Daima showed us Goma immediately, watching him fumble through the plot like a hapless idiot. In our version, he seizes power mysteriously, and without us knowing what he wants, he hijacks the story. Which brings us to Goku. In order to better integrate him and his friends more naturally into the opening conflict, we leaned into this new mystery, similar to how the Goku Black Arc's introduction functioned. Hide the villain, show events through familiar eyes. By cutting to the lookout mid-scene, we're asking the same questions Goku is. What does Goma want? What's he doing here? Meanwhile, Degasu's panicked wish creates a believable reason for the child transformation that we felt the original lacked. No longer is this Goma's
honestly, that would have made it a little bit more of a reasonable wish.
Premeditated plan. Instead, it's the desperate reaction of a subordinate upon seeing Goku. And so, in the end, this reframing accomplishes multiple goals. It justifies the wish, uses the extraction device that becomes important later, and gives us our first real glimpse at the mountain Goku must climb on this magical journey. Goku versus Goma. Far from a conventional Dragon Ball fight, Goku vs. Goma kicks off in traditional fashion. Goku, confused as to what just happened, but confronted by a formidable opponent, puts on his game face with even a hint of cockiness. However, instead of being able to put his money where his mouth is
But he's not used to this body change, and it's going to be a tough fight to adjust on the fly.
He usually does, Goku falls flat on his face, tripping over his own feet much to Goma's surprise and glee. Finally, someone he can laugh at, he thinks. It's here we discover through action that Goku's martial arts genius has been severely hindered by his newly regained short stature. Just like the original Daima series did, Goku demonstrates an inability to gauge his reach, is incredibly awkward on his feet, and cannot muster any key manipulation abilities to save his or Dende's life here. The difference, though, is that these discoveries and setbacks take place in a life or death circumstance against this incredibly powerful warlock from the
I like
Demon
this.
Goku cannot attack, he can't dodge, run, sense energy, or signal for help even. Whereas Goma is given the perfect stage upon which to demonstrate the nature of his abilities. We're dealing with black magic here, so the nature of its impact on Goku could be novel. He could morph limbs, make him slow down and speed up suddenly to make him fall, or even teleport him to random locations so that he runs into walls by mistake. Basically, these are attacks designed to make Goku look foolish and feed into Goma's character and ego. However, this battle also offers up the chance to expose Goma's fatal shortcoming. As he gears up for what will be his final attack to put Goku away, the young Saiyan attempts one last, desperate effort, an after-image technique, demonstrating that his power is still there, he just lacks the means to channel it. Goma, however, does manage to evade the attack, grabbing Goku with his mechanical arm. He smiles a sinister smile, but something's wrong.
What?
Goku is confused also, but now that he doesn't need to catch Goma, he seizes his chance to strike his metal arm, freeing himself from his grasp in the process.
Okay.
Recognizing
That was the
ship's
device he
design,
used to
Degasu
steal
yells,
life force.
One of ours?
Goma, eyes darting to the beeping and now damaged meter on his arm. It's unreadable. Whipping the device from his person, he barks.
Seems that little wish of yours didn't hinder all of his allies. Screw the wish. We have our contingency. Let's get out of here.
With this mysterious ship now gearing up for a second barrage, Goma and Degasu successfully retreat along with Dende, leaving Goku atop the lookout, beaten and motionless. Once the mysterious ship touches down, an unfamiliar entity emerges.
Yeah, it's Glorio.
Hello, my name is Glorio.
The eagle-eyed among you will have noticed that once again we've changed something rather substantial. Instead of Glorio intentionally avoiding Goma entirely, in our revision we've reorientated events such that Glorio's arrival necessitates Goma's hasty retreat. The question is, why did we make that change when there wasn't anything wrong before? Well, as I outlined earlier, the changes made to Goma, the central villain, necessitated significant changes throughout the fabric of this narrative, far beyond the scope of just his character alone. This is to say that while we do have a good justification for this significant alteration to Glorio's entrance, in the interest of fun and during these early stages, we want to refrain from offering a detailed explanation just yet. That being said, by taking this more proactive and, I'd argue, exciting approach, the pace of this first episode's climax is enhanced greatly, building a substantial momentum leading into episode 2 and compounding the questions already hanging in our heads. Who is Glorio? Why did he fire on Goma? Who's he working for?
What is going on?
To find those answers, we need to venture into episode 2.
Okay.
Bending down to one knee alongside Goku,
that would be a
Glorio
crazy
says,
first episode to be 100%.
I mean you no harm.
Thanks for the save. I got roughed up pretty bad, huh?
Catching Glorio's attention is the deep hum of another approaching ship. Cresting the lookout's platform, the insignia Capsule Corp becomes clear. Upon landing, Piccolo's voice is the first to reach out.
You'll back away from him into that ship if you know what's good for you.
Don't worry. This guy saved my butt back there.
As everyone spills out of the craft, rushing towards Goku to give him a senzu bean and some help, he fills them in on what just happened exactly, with the wish, the fight, and finally...
They took Dende.
That's his name, huh?
What if it is? What interest do you and your friends have with the Guardian of Earth?
Listen, I don't know what they're after, but I do know who they are. I was sent here to seek aid from those who defeated Majin Buu.
Well, you're about 15 minutes too late.
Behind them, Goku can be seen trying to sense Dende.
Oh, that's weird. I don't sense him anywhere.
That checks out. The demon realm isn't within this plane of the universe.
Demon realm? You mean like where those Babidi and Dabur guys came from?
Glorio is flabbergasted. Sure, they defeated Majin Buu, but to speak of these immense powers so casually?
Well, I guess I could go to Namek and wish us back into adults. We can go get Dende once we're back at full power.
Dear God, you're not wrong about that. What? Oh, what the fuck? They could have went to Namek and fixed... Oh, wow.
Goku decides to try...
Oh, wait, no, he can't, because he wouldn't be able to sense Planet Namek.
Planet Namek to use their Dragon Balls. Unfortunately, his ability to manipulate Ki accurately is totally out of whack. He tries anyway and ends up in space, just outside of Earth's atmosphere. Panicking, he makes swimming motions back towards Earth until Glorio shows up again to save him.
That's too oil, yeah.
Noticing that Shin and Kibito are now diffused, Bulma asks how that's even possible.
I suppose with Kibito and I being a fused entity with no childhood, the dragons simply split us into our individual juvenile forms.
Cutting that conversation short, Kibito says he'll try to reach Namek too, and off the back of that, he repeats the exact same mistake Goku just did. Glorio...
That would actually... That would explain and make the whole them no longer fuse so much... Oh, that is such a smart move. That was a very smart move.
Besides, as we cut to him standing alongside a similarly out-of-breath Kibito. Once these options are exhausted, Glorio goes on to explain the situation, outlining who Goma is and what he's been doing to the demon realm since seizing the throne 1 year ago. Glorio explains that he has been sent here on a mission to recruit powerful warriors by King Kadan of the Third Demon World, reassuring them that Dende is likely safe. After all, Goma wouldn't come all this way to kidnap that child for no reason. The team agrees and ponders over what he summoned Shenlong in the first place for. Glorio says that he's not too sure, but figures that it may be related to the way the Dragon Balls work in the demon realm. He explains that they're guarded by invincible warriors known as Tamagami, and defeating them is the only way to gain access to the Dragon Balls themselves. Glorio gestures towards Mr. Popo, Piccolo, and Shin, explaining that the demon realm's turmoil has pushed out many races and that all pointy-eared folk once called the demon realm home.
We need your help. Make sure that those left behind don't suffer needlessly any longer. Goma needs to be stopped. Can you help us?
Nudging into frame, Goku intrudes with,
You bet I can! Count me in!
Vegeta agrees, as does Shin, Piccolo, and Bulma, but Glorio's ship is small, only capable of carrying 2 extra people at a time. Pushing for Piccolo to come as someone with direct ties to the realm itself, he explains that he will organize for an envoy to circle back here to pick up the rest of them. Vegeta naturally protests, but Bulma whisks him away quickly. Holding up the partially destroyed device Goma left behind, she says,
Vegeta and I will come along later. I want to study this to see if I can work out what this Goma guy's plans are.
If the demon world relation is relevant, then perhaps I should...
Goku races to the ship, sitting impatiently in the passenger seat. He can be seen over their shoulders in the background, waving.
Hey, you like Glorio?
Glorio sighs before once again pushing for Piccolo. He explains that the Tamagami's Dragon Balls are likewise the keys between the various levels of the demon realm. If they want to have a chance of reaching Goma's domain, they'll need a warrior, suggesting that it just makes more sense that Piccolo journeys with them rather than Shin. That is until Piccolo himself backs out and explains that he'll join the second party, mentioning that Shin's awareness of the wider universe will have more use and that they will have more than enough firepower for now with Goku. Glorio hesitates but relents.
Fine. We'll head to King Kadan's castle and send someone to pick the rest of you up.
Now, seeing as I've already addressed the radical changes to Glorio's introduction, I think right now it's worth outlining how helpful comedy is as a tool in a writer's arsenal when detailing a story like Dragon Ball. The instant transmission gag explains why New Namek isn't an option, and Kibito Kai's sudden split is...
I like that choice too. And it does still fit that whole Dragon Ball dynamic Daima has. Like, when you're watching Daima, it's not full-on Z, it's not full-on Super action, all that stuff. It has a lot of elements that OG Dragon Ball had that I absolutely loved when I was watching Daima.
Is offered an elegant solution through Degasu's wish being fulfilled in a panicked fashion. By leaning into these more light-hearted moments, once the gang turn their attention back to Glorio's exposition sequence, the tone shift from light-hearted to serious creates a sense that these are real characters rather than one writer's voice being channeled through a series of puppets. When Goku bursts into frame during Glorio's desperate plea for help, the tone is undercut certainly, but in a fashion informed by character that adds texture to the world and actively pushes the scene towards a satisfying resolution. Now, it's no secret that the lion's share of fans out there of Dragon Ball are there for the action and the action alone, but it bears repeating that without the comedic element, the story becomes exhaustingly one-note. But even beyond the comedy, the hero's journey in this sequence is more effectively applied in this rewrite, I think. The call to action is a powerful component of most adventure stories. It's the moment where our lead character is offered a choice. Stay in comfort or accept the call for adventure. And I think Daima's implementation of this, while functional, could have used a little more danger. Goku is an impossibly powerful character already, but amidst his flashy techniques and earned confidence, it's easy to overlook the specific quality of Goku's character that delivered him to the heights he ultimately reached in the first place. His ability to smile through setbacks and pursue the next challenge, no matter what it is, with enthusiasm and honesty. By witnessing Dende's kidnapping firsthand, through being overpowered and embarrassed by someone far stronger than himself, and confronted with his own lack of ability, Glorio's call to adventure carries with it so much more known consequences to him, making Goku's enthusiastic declaration of acceptance all the more character-defining as a result. From here, the scenes and hijinks with the warp fish are largely retained. Shin does ask how Glorio has this level of clearance, and he explains it by saying that it's one of the privileges of being a registered bounty hunter in these parts.
Okay.
Looking down on the first demon world, we see Goma's palace from the outside, as screaming bellows from within.
The hell do you mean there's no record of the pilot?
That plane was an older model, sire. Held in storage. It wasn't in our regular rotation, and the cameras picked up nothing.
Turning away pensively, pulling up the footage from the plane's cameras, Goma uses his enormous screen and zooms in on Glorio's face.
How about now? Recognize him?
Degasu swears that he's seen him around before internally exclaiming to himself,
Hold on. That's...
No, sire, but we checked the logs and disabled his realm key at least. With no route back to Earth, he certainly won't evade us for long here.
Incompetence this severe. Inexcusable. Oh, is there something funny about an attempted assassination on your king?
Damn, okay, Goma.
Well, then you died for nothing.
Their bodies hoisted into the air by his magic. Arinsu enters.
Don't waste your breath on a failure of fools. Your mission was largely successful, was it not?
No wish, but you're right. We have the boy.
I take it the prototype didn't make it back?
Not exactly.
Looking to the screen, Goma replays the event where Goku destroys the device on his arm.
A child?
He is now, thanks to your brother. And hilariously uncoordinated. Look! See? Even the man who slayed the great Majin Buu was reduced to little more than a clumsy child.
Laughing to himself, he leers over towards the soldiers who are now only regaining the strength to stand.
What's wrong? It's funny. Laugh. I know. Don't brown nose.
Turning his attention to another screen showing a silhouetted Tamagami in Demon World 3, Goma says,
At least with a Namekian child, I could put Plan B into action. And by the looks of things, it's almost time to make my move. But before that, who wants to see that brat fail again?
We do, King Goma!
Arinsu nods before leaving the throne room as the laughs of Goma and his men echo through the chambers. Her smile turns to disgust as she rounds the corner into a long corridor. As she walks, she pulls out a communication device, beginning a call. Having already seen cutaways to the Demon World via King Dabra's flashback earlier, once Goku arrives in Demon World 3, the impact of Goma's reign becomes apparent. Famine and disillusionment ravages the land. Withering crops stretch across the horizon, stakes driven into the ground marking lost lives, hundreds of them in some villages. The extraction arrays sit like malignant tumors on the landscape, massive crystalline structures pulsating with stolen light. A constant reminder.
I had no idea it had gotten this bad.
How could you? Allow me to introduce you to Goma's third demon world.
They pass propaganda posters plastered on the walls, Goma's face stylized and heroic. Also visible on one of the walls is a wanted poster depicting a strange, small figure wearing
we know
a
who
mask.
that is.
We need supplies and information. There's a tavern ahead that should have both.
The tavern. Dragon Ball Daima's first proper fight scene, and I gotta say, it was really fun. It offered Goku his
it
first
was a very
proper
goofy
test,
one, but
allowing
it was
him
a
to
fun
better
one.
come to grips with his own abilities and body, and he looked pretty dope doing it too. And as you can
while eating a demon burger.
see, we also have a tavern scene. However, this tavern encounter, as well as the broader third demon world, carries with it a few key differences. We'll start with the most subtle. As we saw upon entering the third demon world, the environment is as much a character as any other. Instead of on entering the third is with it a
Is that supposed that could be the girl that helps Goma later in the series, possibly.
few key differences. Is as much a character as any other. Instead of focusing solely on the citizens of this world, we wanted the landscape and culture of each area to show us how Goma has tormented and contorted it for the worse. Most obviously, the extraction arrays protruding from the landscape like leeches. And as we walk into the tavern proper, in addition to the colors we saw in the original, as we walk past, we notice on the boards and exterior walls artifacts of Goma's influence and propaganda. wanted posters for the young and old alike, ultimately painting a clear but crucial picture for us all at home. Unlike the original Daima, this version of King Goma and his influence isn't superficial. You can see it all around you. Through every conversation, every twist and turn, Goma is shown to be a monster. And the more we learn, the more we engage with this world, the more we realize that monster doesn't even begin to describe what Goma is. The interior is dimly lit and smoky. This is where we see the human cost of Goma's regime up close. An elderly demon struggles to lift a simple basket. A child has gray skin with sunken eyes. At a back table, a young demon girl sits with a companion. She's venting, not loudly, but with the exhausted desperation of someone who's run out of options.
I don't know what to do. The energy collections are so frequent now that we can't keep up. I'm surprised anyone can. If Dad shows up tomorrow, I'm sure it'll be the end of him.
Before her companion can muster a response, Goku's head pops up from beneath the table.
That's horrible. Goma did this?
While Goku butts into this conversation, Glorio can be seen negotiating with the bartender for supplies, who explains to him that food is scarce, supplies are low, but he can provide the basics for a fee.
That girl, is what she says true? They're extorting villagers here?
Yeah, sundown. That's usually when they come collecting.
Immediately, the culture of the town and circumstances of the third demon world are captured in our opening scene. Nobody does anything because resistance brings about worse consequence. Goma sends storms, floods, and fire from the sky. They've seen entire villages erased, so they survive. That's all they can do. Turning back our attention to the girl's table, Shin has joined Goku in the conversation.
You'll really help us? But what about the military police?
Those guys sound strong. That's perfect.
The girl looks taken aback, but Shin steps in.
Don't worry. He may look small, but I've seen him take on far worse.
Unhappy with Goku's eagerness, Glorio joins the table.
I thought you wanted to rescue your friend. You make a racket here and Goma's forces will rain down upon us like nobody's business.
But Goku's not having any of it. He's already taken the girl by the hand and is in the process now of dragging her out of the bar.
I don't think that's the same girl that helps Goma later that, like, gets the eyeball in actual Daima to Goma, but very similar design.
Come on, Gorillo. We got some bad guys to beat up.
Shin chuckles to himself as Glorio begrudgingly follows along. While this is played for laughs, Glorio's not wrong. Every act of resistance runs the risk of alerting Goma to their presence, and that is very important for the game of
Goku just sees that more fights, more challenge, more fun. That's how Goku would see it.
We are attempting to establish here. Goku's not one to turn down a fight, and Goma will retaliate. But one of the key elements of our version of this story is to enforce a feeling of death by 1,000 cuts. Goma's sway over the realm will fall, and he won't even realize it until it's too late. Because, as Andor's wonderful writing put it, even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. One day, there will be one too many, and one single thing will break the siege. Goku may be destined to be that one single thing, but it's the people he inspires to fight back in their own ways that make that possible.
Not gonna lie, that scene that they just showed from Daima was still a fun one to watch.
Name's Flora, by the way. You had no idea about Goma's rule, right? I'm guessing you're not from here. But how is that possible? The world has been closed off for longer than even my grandparents can recall.
I'm Shin. This is Goku, and the grumpy one back there is Glorio. It's a long story, but Goma took our friend. We're taking the fight to Goma and bringing our friend back.
Flora's resigned attitude turns to one of severity.
You're out of your mind. If you don't work for Goma, the only way you're getting out of this realm is through those Tamagami and their wish orbs. Not even Goma himself can beat them. I mean, look at this place. It's in ruins. Goma has taken everything. See this collar? Take a look around. We're all under his thumb. You obey or you suffer. It's as simple as that.
Shin looks down, saddened to hear the extent of Goma's rule. Goku, however, is unfazed. Using his Nyoibo, he begins poking at the collar.
Don't think I could get that off you without it hurting a bunch. But hey, we'll make this place right. That's a promise.
Goku shoots Flora a big, toothy grin. Taken aback by Goku's nonchalant confidence, her face softens.
I wish I could believe that.
As you might remember, these collars featured in the original story too. However, in this rewrite, we will be making two noteworthy changes.
Okay.
Number one, these new versions don't track your physical locations, nor did they exist during Dabra's reign. These are vicious new creations under Goma's rules specifically
Alright, I like
much
that.
like the original, violently shock you if you get out of line. But the second difference is probably the most important. Number two, these won't be forgotten. In the original series, these oppressive collars and control measures became a virtually forgotten footnote, a dropped plot point in favor of... Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, they did kind of just, after an episode or two, just no longer... I guess once they took it off of her, they just stopped talking about it or in everything.
I mean, we get a single scene where Shin dispels them easily, and fast forward some time and almost everyone's are removed off screen. Somehow. Here, in this iteration, we want these tyrannical measures...
Yeah, that is odd. I never even realized they did that.
...to feel more important. Something that will linger as a pressing point in need of resolution the deeper into the story we venture. Through these opening scenes, we come to understand that Goma is siphoning energy from the land and lives that rest upon it, treating his domain less like a kingdom and more as a source of power.
Yeah,
the question
like a battery.
is, why? That is a good question. Outside of the story, from a mechanical point of view, the abundance of oppressive and cruel measures Goma is enforcing do more than characterize him as a villain worthy of our attention. They allow for Goku to...
Like, besides, like, really thinking about it, Goma in Dragon Ball Daima, he just wanted to rule. That's it. That was his end goal. But this might be... There is something they're adding with this whole idea with the power source and everything. This is adding more elements of... There is more to Goma's ideas of... The ruling of this realm is secondary. There's something even deeper. And I like the fact they're going that far, because Goma was definitely a goofball kind of villain, but very one-sided kind of flat character that you didn't really feel threatened by. And I like the changes because now we're getting a little bit more added to Goma as a character in this.
Actively and measurably disrupt Goma's plan. In the original, from episode 2 to the literal climax, Goma felt like a character outside of the story itself.
Also, we're 30 minutes into this. Yeah, this is going to be like, definitely over an hour and a half, almost 2-hour reaction probably.
And that was because Goku, the primary protagonist, had no way of meaningfully interrupting his plan or schemes. Mostly because he didn't really have any. Thus, through breaking down the structures that sap power from the land, in addition to restoring power to the people, Goku directly interferes with whatever Goma's plans are, placing them both central within the plot as we naturally build to a greater confrontation later. In the same way you might beat back the invasion of the Mongol army in something like Ghosts of Tsushima, you see a tangible effect on the world as you play. And that is precisely what we wanted to achieve here in Demon World 3. And as it happens, the literal health of the land in the Demon Realm has a far more important role to play than what might immediately be apparent. More on that later. As we approach the showdown at sundown, one element I wanted to bring into focus was a potential lingering overconfidence someone like Goku might have in this situation. He knows Goma is far beyond what he can reach right now, and to him, that's exciting. But as much as he wants to help this
I also
girl,
noticed
the looming
one
training
thing. I want to point this out now. I did notice that they didn't show anything that happened in Daima from before they traveled. Goku did spend some time training his body. I think it was like 12 hours or so in the hyperbolic time chamber. I believe he went into the hyperbolic time chamber with Vegeta, or was it Vegeta, or was it just by himself? No, I don't think it was. I don't think they did go in the hyperbolic time chamber. No, I think I was wrong, because I said they could have done that. They spent like 10 hours of like training before leaving and all that stuff in Daima. I gotta watch Daima again in general.
Opportunity the military police offer is...
I still have yet to watch a dub. I watched it subbed on release weekend, every episode, but ever since I finished it, I never did go back and rewatch it dubbed or anything like that.
pass up. The fact that he's in a child's body and still readjusting doesn't quite factor into his calculations the way it should. These are goons, yes, but he has little understanding of his own limitations right now. Dragon Ball Daima did a great job of establishing Goku's physical shortcomings, and I want to go one step further and expose Goku's overconfidence. And as sundown draws near and the military police cordon off the square for the evening's festivities, what we've set up is the perfect recipe for a struggle far beyond what Goku might actually be ready for. And through doing so, create the ideal circumstances to introduce one of our favorite characters in a way that's meaningful rather than just convenient.
Oh.
6 soldiers armed with extraction devices.
Pansy might have a better option and actually help rescue Goku and them. Okay.
Around a platform where the commander reads quota names. Behind him, Goma's propaganda loops endlessly. His face, his promises, his manufactured protector image. The summoned crowd watches this theater of compliance. Trust is Goma's protection. He shall punish the deviants and criminals. Many are called forward, their energy sapped away, sent into large canisters surrounding the ordeal.
Where is he? I can't just watch this happen.
A thin, gray-skinned demon is called forward. His plea for his time is dismissed. According to Goma, he has broken the law. Goma has vowed to maintain the peace, after all. Looking into the crowd, it can be seen that even some are nodding along, conditioned into acceptance. Seeing this, Flora's voice shakes.
That's him.
The hum of the extraction device shoots through the crowd, and with it, so does Goku. Stepping out from their hiding place, he demands that they stop. Laughter erupts from the military police. Goku steps forward again. His palm strikes, sending 2 soldiers crashing through the platform. The laughter quickly dies as more soldiers move in.
Ooh, a cliffhanger like that for episode 2? Okay.
Goku lunges towards one of the guards, but something's not right. His movements are wrong, his reach short, his timing off. Energy blasts graze him that his adult self would have dodged effortlessly. Shin intervenes with barriers. Glorio waits for his moment in the crowd. It's messy and desperate, establishing that the child transformation has real consequence. His power exists, but accessing it requires relearning everything, creating genuine tension and establishing the journey he must travel to regain the mastery he's already
I like that,
earned.
yeah.
Goku fires ki blasts at many different vials of energy.
I would definitely agree. I think Goku should have had a little bit more struggle at the beginning of Daima, adjusting to the body and everything. And if for some reason they went the route of hyperbolic time chamber to give Goku, like, say, 12 hours in real life would be 6 months of training in the hyperbolic time chamber. So that would have countered it and made more sense on how he was able to adapt to his body so fast. But like I said, I think I even talked about that as an idea for Goku to train his body, him, Piccolo, and Vegeta wise, before going on to the demon realm, utilize a little bit of time in the hyperbolic time chamber. And that's what made me think they did, because I think that was a something I thought of back when I did my reactions to Dragon Ball Daima.
Extraction devices, and upon breaking, the life energy returns to their respective sources. But in spite of this small victory, the commander aims his extraction device at the crowd itself, threatening to drain everyone. With this, an impossible choice is presenting itself. Goku doesn't have the ability to beat this guy, meaning he either has to stop this assault and hand himself over, or doom the crowd to whatever this person is prepared to do. But before the decision begins to weigh heavy, the scenario is interrupted. Enter Pansy, donning the mask from the wanted poster itself. With a well-timed smoke bomb, she blinds the commander. And with her first glimpse of Third Demon World magic, she floats a dropped extractor into her possession and fires it momentarily onto the commander, forcing him to drop his own weapon. Goku destroys it using a simple energy blast, much to the town's collective shock and awe. But in spite of this small victory again, the remaining soldiers begin to close in on them. With the smokescreen still clouding their view, narrowly they manage to escape into the town's outskirt ruins to regroup. Catching their breath, Goku turns to face the direction of the town again, visibly upset.
We can't just leave Flora behind.
It's okay. They have no reason to go after her. It's us they want. Right now, we need to regroup.
Turning to face the camp the mysterious girl led him to, Pansy's makeshift workshop reveals scavenged tech and jerry-rigged devices. At the
Oh
camp is a
dear God, not this fat fucker.
strange-looking creature named Hibis. And now
I hated that character so much in Daima. That was like probably my most hated thing in Daima is that fucker.
after quick introductions similar to that of the original series, we get ourselves some new insight. Pansy and Hibis have been attempting to sabotage Goma's operations over
Maybe this itself would make me like this character a little bit more, but I did not care for this character in Daima.
for the past few months with little success. They might interrupt energy collections, but it all feels temporary, almost pointless. When she learns that they're from the Outer Realm trying to stop Goma, there's genuine excitement in her voice. Do they offer the solution that she's been waiting for?
I've never seen magic like that before. What was it?
Okay, so that's a lot of changes and a whole new character, really. Okay, well, kinda. We borrowed that Thief Girl's design from the original series because Lord knows we aren't doing that plot thread again.
I was right! Okay!
Again, one of the biggest issues with Daima's original story is that the world never really felt lived in. We absolutely saw some towns and their inhabitants, but we seldom got to interact with them or hear about their struggles directly. It's pretty clear to see the RPG vibes Daima has, and to take from that structure just seems obvious. Entering a village, heading to a tavern, gaining a side quest that ultimately ties into the main quest, that's all very basic stuff that I think works really well here. Flora, as a tiny side character, gets to organically relay the horrors of the world to the protagonist both through her dialogue but also her own personal predicament. We aren't just coming across Goma's thugs terrorizing a village now, we're very much led there with a goal in mind. And as a result, we get to introduce Pansy slightly earlier, which is great, and it ends up working really well in a few different areas. Flora's being psychologically beaten down by...
Honestly, I didn't even know her fucking name was Flora, to be honest. But I am glad I picked up on the fact that she is the same character.
Goma's reign to the point where she just can't even fathom an end to the tyranny. In contrast, Pansy is proactive, her hope is still alive, and her somewhat naive determination to help people in spite of insurmountable odds is the kind of innocent optimism that really lands both to an audience and to Goku. While he lost the battle, he showed Pansy that there are others out there like her, people who haven't given up and are capable of keeping hope alive. While the realm will not hear until Goma is gone, this is the first of many dents in Goma's oppressive armor.
You said your name was Shin, right? That's an odd name for a Glind.
Shin, looking at Glorio with an expression that says, "How did you know that?" smiles and nods.
You're right. My original name is Nahare.
You have a name? What's a Glen, by the way?
While Shin and Glorio dole out an explanation in a similar fashion to the original series, Goku starts calling Shin Nahare, but stops after finding it, let's say, strange, much to Shin's delight. It did sound weird coming from Goku after all.
So where's this King Kadan who hired you?
Are you guys working for him?
Something like that.
Gorilla brought us here to save our friend Dende and beat on that small clone king. But first, we gotta get a ship for our friends back home.
Wait, you're here for King Goma?
Goku looks over to her, nodding cheerfully as he chows down.
All right, fine.
Pansy stands up in front of everyone as they stare back confused. She looks down to Goku and says,
What you did in that village took guts. Plus, Hibis here will go grab your friends so you can keep on moving.
That sounds far.
Glorio, anxious that someone other than him might grab Piccolo, speaks up.
That won't be necessary. I know the way to the castle. I have a realm key, and more people just means more attention drawn our way.
He pulls out the key and waves it in Pansy's face, but upon catching a glimpse of it, she starts to laugh.
Idiot! That doesn't even work. Look at the light. They've disabled it.
Glorio, shocked, inspects the key and discovers she's right. It's disabled. He
Oh,
can barely hold
shit.
back his frustration. But before he has a chance to even respond, Pansy speaks again.
But hey, don't worry. That's why I'm here. After that spectacle in town, your faces are going to be plastered across every corner in the third demon world. I can get you guys into the castle without using any of the main roads. And after that, you can ask the king to help you find a new key.
Oh, well, Pansy, you'd do that for us?
That would be most helpful. Thank you.
Glorio stands up, looking out across the wasteland.
We leave at daybreak.
During the night, Glorio's communication device beeps. Shin opens a single eye and watches him. Glorio eyes the device, then his sleeping comrades, before silencing it and hiding it in his jacket once more. The scene ends as Shin glares in suspicion.
That's actually good.
The air above God's palace is shimmering faintly, sunlight bouncing off of the marble tiles. In the shade of the archway, Bulma is seen tinkering with the remnants of the demon tech left behind by Goma. Looking out to the courtyard, 4 small figures stand. Vegeta and Piccolo scowling, Trunks and Goten grinning like little devils. Bulma smiles cheekily to herself, well aware that her
Wait, so Goten and Trunks, based off the size height, Goten and Trunks weren't turned into babies in this, and is fighting Vegeta and Piccolo. Are we about to see a sparring match with Trunks and Goten? Technically, probably not as skilled, but can handle a fight probably better at a starting point before Vegeta and Piccolo figure out how to maneuver their bodies, new size and whatnot, and filtered like abilities.
And Goten grinning like little devils. Bulma smiles cheekily to herself, well aware that her suggestion to invite the kids along to spar would make the wait for transport far more enjoyable.
Don't hold back. Saiyan youths are forged in battle. Your pampered earthly upbringing won't come close.
Trunks smiles.
You sure, Dad? Well, your head seems kind of big. I mean, it's literally huge.
With absolute determination, Vegeta lunges forward before...
Oh, shit!
Or tripping halfway through, his top-heavy stature betraying him. Skidding face first across the tiles, he quips.
Gravity's different up here.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure the wind is stronger, too.
I'm pretty sure Goku had no issues up here back in the day.
Yo!
Now it's time for Piccolo to step in, composed and steady.
Discipline. Watch and learn.
But Goten had already darted past. Catching his cape, the fabric spun him like a top before...
Yeah, Goten and Trunks will definitely probably take the win here.
Or dumping him into a halfway split. He quickly crosses his legs, pretending it was deliberate meditation.
We will begin soon.
Springing up, Vegeta is furious.
Stop this farce!
Grabbing Piccolo off the ground, together they charge as one. Perfect for a moment until their heads clatter at their apex. They tangle midair and crash into the pillar, coughing in a cloud of dust. Bulma claps slowly as she tinkers with the remnants of Goma's suit.
Oh, forged in battle, was it?
While the pair argue over whose fault is what, Trunks and Goten pounce. They move in sync, dodging the relative ki blast, sweeping and sending both men spiraling again.
2 legends of Earth who just lost to children.
We are children!
That's what makes it so tragic.
As the 2 newly child-sized fighters pick themselves up, Trunks approaches with an offer.
How about in the next round, me and Goten won't fight back. All you have to do is land one blow.
Out of the question!
Oh!
Namekian, it's time for us to get the serious training underway.
Vegeta drags Piccolo off screen as Bulma is heard laughing in the background once again. Her laughter transitions to the laughter heard in Goma's throne room. As we rejoin Goma in his throne room, we can see...
I love that interaction there. That was fucking amazing.
He's still doing impressions of Goku falling, much to the famed delight of his men. Mid-performance, one of Goma's servants comes in to inform him that someone has used Sir Warp and that reports have started to come in concerning an incident during a routine roundup in Demon World 3. On his screen, Goku, Shin, and Glorio appear. And with it, Goma's jovial mood dissolves.
How? You idiots took too long to disable the key! Get Nas on the communicator, now!
Cutting back to the village following the incident, something has shifted. The girl's father is stronger now thanks to the destruction of the vials. But there's something more going on. Villagers are whispering, the propaganda screens play, but fewer are paying attention now. Someone has fought back and won. It's small, but the crack in Goma's narrative has started to form.
Let's
Goma
go!
will respond, but for now, they've planted something more dangerous. Their wanted posters are now being passed around the village. In exchange for their anonymity,
Small bit
they've
of
shown
hope.
the town that resistance isn't always futile. Sitting at the tavern, the bar flush with wanted posters, a lone bounty hunter's communication device rings from his hip. Casually enjoying his drink as the military police turn the town upside down looking for answers, he answers the call.
Children. Say no more, sire.
He hangs up the communication
Who
device,
the
leaves
fuck?
the rest of his drink at the bar, and takes his leave as he jams a wanted poster with Goku's face into his back pocket. Moving towards the door, he says,
This is a whole brand new fucking character here.
Time to get the gang back together.
And so I think this is the moment where our goals for the project really become quite clear. Going in, it was our belief that a story like Dragon Ball Daima needed two fundamental qualities above all else to be honored simultaneously: adventure and progression. The original Dragon Ball Daima offered both of these qualities, but rarely ever at the same time. Instead, it felt like adventure was routinely at odds with the sense of progression the story needed. Far too often, we would find ourselves in a crashed ship, hurtling towards some unforeseen adventure born not from necessity, but rather derailed obligation. For example, in the original, they visit the bar because they're hungry, and that leads to a fight, which leads to their plane being stolen, which leads to them walking to the next village, which leads to the military police confrontation. There's a cause and effect, which is good. The issue, however, is the plot isn't meaningfully furthered through these detours until the very end, a whole 2 episodes later when Pansy shows up. In ours, these broad events still happen, but the adventure and world building is tied directly to the plot progression. They go to the bar for info, and the villager they meet leads them to the item shop to prepare prior to the encounter. All the while, the world is building out around us along the way through visuals and dialogue. You'll see this time and again in this rewrite, where the original would do the whole crash ship, pause for adventure, and repeat over and over. We've tried our hardest to make sure there's as much meaningful cause and effect informing the unfolding story as we can. And while we're not afraid to pause for
there were a couple moments where they did those like side mission kind of things that were like, okay. I think there was like one in particular that was just like didn't feel necessary. I think it was the one with the giant world. I think that one was the one I felt which was just fluff added that wasn't necessary.
Characterization, some fun, or side stories, our aim is for these to feel like welcome reprieves from breathtaking plot-driven adventure rather than something in the way of what we want to go to. And I hope you can feel that in what we've shown so far. Through Goma fighting Goku on Earth, Bulma is allowed to examine the aftermath, which will naturally contribute to the furthering of the group later. Just now we saw Goku make a scene in a demon village, therefore you best believe that choice positions him as a target for both Goma and his bounty hunters, allowing us to explore the world Goma has created.
And we have a new bounty hunter.
Furthermore, Goku's newfound wanted status doesn't impede his ability to go to—
Ooh, also, please do something to make those fuckers that were like knockoff Ginyu Force motherfuckers a little bit better. Also, what is he going to do with the likes of Majin Buu and Majin Ku? Are they even going to do Majin Buu? They have to do Majin Buu and not Majin Ku.
To King Kadan's. Instead, it creates the necessity for an alternate route to be taken, as well as an opening for Pansy to join the party. It adds and makes its progression more interesting rather than pausing the progression through predictable misfortune.
One thing that Dragon Ball Daima makes very clear is that being tracked never ends well. If someone knows where you are or what you're doing, you're already
Oh god, this is an ad placement, isn't it?
in trouble. And honestly, that's pretty relevant right now, especially with holiday travel.
Yeah, this is an ad probably for ExpressVPN that's in their description. If you guys want to support the channel, check out the link for the original video and then check out their description. But I'm going to skip on ahead because I'm not getting paid for this and they are. So show your support by checking out their link and stuff. And yeah.
The sun barely cresting the horizon, our group is packed and ready to move out.
So, which way are we headed?
We only have 2 more episodes to get through.
Pansy's finger points right back.
I like this
the way
style
they
that they're
came.
going with, by the way.
We're going back?
If we're getting 4 parts, 5 episodes apart, I'm going to be so hyped for whenever I'm going to be so hyped for this entire series. This is going to be a fun one to watch.
Our faces will be plastered all over town.
Exactly. Which is why it'd be the last place they expect. Plus, we need transportation, and I know just the place.
Military police still patrol the streets, though admittedly fewer than yesterday. Keeping their heads down, they weave through this modestly built-up area until they reach their destination, the item
Those
shop.
disguises
where
are
an old
horrible.
lady with sharp eyes looks up as they enter.
Oh, this bitch!
Transport, 5 passengers.
5? That's...
She's the one with the sunflower cannon thing, and the other eyeballs.
Gonna cost ya. I wish patrols these days were not exactly
And the bugs
looking
that
for
never got
unwanted
utilized.
attention. Then again, for returning customers.
As she looks back, the old man they saved from the day prior enters the storefront with a smile and a wink.
Oh, shit!
I think we can manage a discount.
Goku and the rest of them take off their masks.
Oh my, that's very kind of you.
You guys wouldn't have any bugs that are food, would ya? I'm starving.
Please excuse my friend. We can pay.
Out of the question. Please, take these.
Hey, it's you. Thanks a lot. I wonder what demon bread tastes like.
I'm glad to see you're both okay. We're sorry for the abrupt exit back there.
It's okay. You did quite the number on their equipment. And, well, they seem more preoccupied in finding you guys now.
Don't sweat it. Better us than you anyway. Come on, guys. The Q-tips are out back.
That'll be 1,000 Dokuro.
Dad!
What? I said discount, not free!
We cut to the group straddling atop two different Q-tips. On the first sits Glorio, Shin, and Goku, and on the second, Pansy and Hibis. Together, they fire into the sky at blinding speed. Soaring far above the realm beneath them, the extent of the widespread devastation becomes unavoidably apparent. Withering fields, massive arrays like black monoliths erected from all across the realm. Well on his way through the food in his knapsack, as he chews, Goku looks down, remarking,
What are those giant shiny things?
That depends on who you ask. The official line is that they are surveillance tech, put in place to address foreign and domestic threats.
And what about you? What do you think?
Take a guess. Look at this place. Normally this time of year you'd see harvests. Now there's nothing. It's draining.
Yeah, I was about to say it's draining energy out of the planet, the soil and the earth, or not earth, but planet itself.
The land of all it's worth. The most you'll see out here now are these goons coming to collect.
Ahead of them, a fortress emerges against the wasteland.
Prepare for landing, gang! Here we are!
This scene meant a lot to us. Not just for expanding on Goma's grip on the world, but for showing how Glorio sees it too. It's brief, but I think it carries with it meaningful weight for the story. But if we back up for just a second, the conclusion of Flora's story plays into an aspect we desperately wanted to address in Daima. To us, one of the biggest issues with the show's finale is that it attempted to pay off all of the side characters we'd met along the way. When King Kadan and his crew show up for the final assault on Goma's castle, Kakihara clearly wanted an Avengers Endgame moment, a feeling of everyone coming together in that final fight. On paper, it's honestly a great idea, but in practice, due, as we've said, to the difficulties with the production, it ended up feeling profoundly hollow, all because we never really formed connections with any of these characters.
I do agree with that, yeah.
I believe this is due to Daima moving from one location to the next like linear stepping stones. Sure, it made the pacing brisk and progression clear, but the drawbacks to such an approach created a sense that everyone we had met along the way was quite one-dimensional, disposable, and the world around them kinda small. It'd be like if we went to Namek, briefly saw a Namekian village, and then did nothing with it afterwards. I mean, such an approach seems unthinkable now because part of what made that arc so special back in the day was how modular and lived in its world felt. Locations constantly overlapping, characters crossing paths. The planet Namek, its villages and inhabitants were as integral to the story and its identity as Frieza. This is what we've attempted to bring back here. Every place the heroes visit should feel lived in, not just through visual design, but through the people who inhabit the lands themselves. Pansy shows her worth by suggesting a path Glorio hadn't yet really considered. And by returning to that town, it allows for three main things to occur. Number one, it gives Pansy her own sense of place and priority in the world. Number two, it shows the consequences of our heroes' actions. And number three, it allows us at home to reconnect with familiar faces in new, meaningful ways and build genuine familiarity and connection. Through doing all of this, we've pushed the story forward through a combination of world and characters rather than immediately jumping from one new spot to the next. Coming into land, a castle rose from the cliffs like a coral reef turned to stone. Golden rock and pale mortar fused together in bulbous layers, its walls carved with strange circular windows and winding terraces. Twisted vines climbed the base, dotted with plants that looked half alive, half enchanted. Above it all,
I don't know, but this looks like a face. Oh, kind of face, you know, the nose, the eyes, the mouth. Oh! I don't know why that popped in my head.
Dome gleamed with faint purple-green light that caught the sky's magenta hue. From a distance, it almost seemed to breathe.
That's Kadan Castle, home of the Third Demon Realm's greatest army.
It's huge. Sure take me back to climbing Corn's tower.
Don't be fooled. The king's a known warlord. They say entire clans bend the knee or disappear.
And you work for this man?
In that moment, Glorio chose to remain silent. Pansy's expression dimmed ever so slightly, but no one caught it. As they begin the long climb up the steps that were carved into the cliff.
Yeah, because she did keep that a secret for a good bit.
Side, each turn reveals more of the structure. Terraces stacked like shells, stairways snaking through arches, guards stationed at every landing. Upon reaching the gate, 2 armored demons lowered their spears.
State your business. Princess Pansy!
Oh, forgive us, Your Highness.
Princess?
Yep.
I was hoping we could skip that part.
The guards step aside without another word, allowing the group to enter the castle. Inside, the grandeur was undeniable, but it was a grandeur past its time. Ornate halls stretched wide and cold, chandeliers unlit, rugs frayed at their edges. In one courtyard, soldiers sparred in neat formation while their armor bore mismatched plates. The kitchen smelled of spice and smoke, bustling with servants, yet a single cracked window let in a constant whispering draft. Shin peeked down the hallway.
This place looks fancy, but there's a sadness beneath it.
Like it's trying to remember what glory feels like.
Entering the throne room, King Kadan sits upon a stone seat shaped like the head of some ancient beast. Rising slowly from its chair, his sternness faltered for a moment upon seeing his daughter.
So it's true. You've been slipping beyond the walls again.
Somebody has to keep up the fight against the military police.
By risking your life storming off alone? You've seen our attempts. It's brought us nothing but loss.
But I wasn't alone.
She points at Hybis, blinking slowly, clutching a potted cactus he'd snatched during their journey down the castle halls. He mutters,
It's very spiky. It hurts. I don't like it.
The tension cracked, laughter rippling faintly from Goku. Even Kadan's mouth twitches in this moment. Glorio uses this instance to seize his opportunity.
Your Majesty, allow me to present Goku of Earth and the Kaioshin Nahare.
Kadan's eyes flicked between them, polite, curious, but just a shade too uncertain.
So these are outsiders.
Shin catches that phrasing. Not the ones you requested, not our allies, no mention of their goals. It was too neutral. He said nothing. But his suspicious glance towards Glorio lingered an instant too long. Glorio's smile, though, never wavered. Pansy broke the silence.
We need help. Hybis said he would make the trip, but we need a way to open the portal to the outside realm. Their friends are still trapped beyond it.
Kadan turns his gaze to the rotund man in question, who was still examining the cactus's spines.
She volunteered me.
Of course she did.
Stepping towards the window, bookending the throne, he says,
There is one place that may hold the key you seek. A town. Pastara. It sits in the valley beyond these cliffs. It's said to be a haven for the less than favorable people of this realm. At its heart dwells a minotaur, a merchant of forbidden things. If anyone can help, it will be him. But his prices are not often measured in simple coin. Be prepared to give something up, or face his battle games.
Battle? Well, I'm getting excited. I could use a warm-up, though.
Then you'll find one here.
Ooh. How are they going to twist this? Is Goku still going to be able to tap into Super Saiyan during this next segment? Because technically, in regular Daima, during this sparring match between the King's Men and Goku, Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time since he has been turned into a kid. Now, is this going to be, how much different is this going to be?
The midday...
I feel like he's going to struggle at first, but by the end of the fight, probably tap into it.
Sun shines down on the lookout as Vegeta and Piccolo spar far above it. Bulma's entire workshop has been transformed courtesy of Kibito. Tools, screens, mechanical equipment scattered across makeshift tables. At the center sits Goma's damaged extraction device, the arm-mounted tech he abandoned during his retreat. A familiar pop of teleportation occurs, and with it, Kibito appears behind her. His arms laden with supply crates, sweat beading from his forehead, he drops them with a heavy thud.
That's the last of them.
As he breathes heavily, a magazine nearby momentarily captures his attention, but Bulma doesn't look up, thankfully, completely absorbed in examining this new mysterious
A magazine? Is he pulling a Master Roshi?
Device.
Perfect. Hand me that micro welder, would you?
Which one is...
The one with the blue handle, by your left foot.
Kibito passes it over, allowing Bulma to carefully open a panel on the device, revealing crystalline circuitry, pulsating with faint blue light.
Wow, you don't see that every day. Maybe it integrates some sort of organic component to power the mechanics of it all.
She makes a note, then looks up at Kibito.
Okay, new plan. I need you to describe the magical properties while I map the mechanical systems. Between us, maybe we can figure out what he's building.
Building?
This is a prototype. Look.
Bulma points to crude wells and mismatched components.
This was rushed. A proof of concept. Which means somewhere in the demon realm, there's a finished version. Possibly bigger.
Kibito straightens, understanding the implications.
I will help in any way I can.
Ooh, I like this.
But first,
this is adding mystery and
extra
tension.
Can you grab us some food? I'm starved.
Mrs. Bulma, I appreciate the research, but my powers are divine gifts of an ancient lineage. They are not delivery services.
Right.
Shut the fuck up and go get the food.
I was just trying to help you feel useful. You're always with Shin doing godly stuff. Figured you might want a distraction. Oh, hey, when you teleport to grab food, there's a convenience store near the pizza place. They sell more of those idol magazines you were eyeing earlier.
I wasn't...
Ah! He is pulling a Master Roshi!
I was merely observing the cultural...
Uh-huh. Aesthetically pleasing choreography, right?
What kind of pizza?
Surprise me.
And with that, Kibito vanishes. Bulma chuckles, then glances back at the device. Her smile fades slightly, however, as she looks up to Piccolo and Vegeta as they clash mid-air. Energy crackles before they break apart and circle in again.
Again! Faster this time!
Piccolo extends his arm mid-strike, but Vegeta catches it, yanking him forward into a palm strike to the chest. Piccolo spins backwards through the air, just about righting himself in the process. He's breathing hard, but Vegeta isn't. Vegeta ends up catching Piccolo's punch, holding it and studying.
Vegeta's adapting, and it's actually faster than Piccolo, which does kind of make sense. Vegeta has always shown signs of actually kind of being a prodigy in himself.
You're slowing down.
Pulling back his fist, Piccolo slowly descends back to the lookout.
Where are you going? Water break.
And with that, Vegeta turns away to resume training alone. Writing these Earth cutaway scenes presented an interesting challenge.
I like them, though. These scenes help.
You see, in Daima, they always felt like a waiting room. Bulma would work on Shin's ship, and then... nothing. We wanted to change that, to make this scene more meaningful and to give the audience a break from the demon realm while still pushing the story forward in its own unique way. Our solution was simple. If Goku had to relearn everything, so too should Vegeta and Piccolo.
Yes! Please, yes, that's so good.
Hiding all of these moments of potential character growth off-screen always felt like a massive missed opportunity in the original. But while writing them, in addition to it dawning on me that we rarely ever got to see Vegeta and Piccolo interact at all, let alone fight, I also may have discovered why that is the case. They are remarkably similar. So, the challenge then became finding ways to expose their differences in personality by way of exploiting pride, discomfort, and the occasional unspoken truth. For a while, we were stuck until Goten and Trunks entered the picture, and then everything started to fall into place. Goku facing a stronger Goten would fuel his excitement, but placing Piccolo and Vegeta in that same situation results in tension and awkward comedy. Immediately, that clash of temperament became the heart of their training dynamic, leading to that short combat exchange
I
you
like
just
that.
saw. It's only 13 words in length, but it took nearly an hour to write because everything they say is so heavily coded in subtext, which, I'm not gonna lie, made writing their dialogue far more difficult than any other portion of this story. Which makes sense. I mean, it's hard.
Hey, you did a good job because it really does feel like that the way that written them in those scenes fits the characters perfectly.
To write dialogue when everything important is said without being said. In early drafts, we tried to use Bulma's commentary to steer the scene, but it never really felt natural. It only really started to work once I stopped fighting the awkwardness of the pairing and instead started to embrace it. Proud fighters having learned to work together, now forced to contend with an unavoidable roadblock born from a shortcoming only one of them possesses. Neither man directly addresses anything, but both leave fully aware of the new status quo, whether they like it or not. Alongside this, integrating Arinsu's abandoned tech on Earth gave Bulma a real narrative purpose. In the original, while she was highly entertaining, her storyline, as we noted, largely fizzled out. But in a world filled with crazy new tech, once again, that seemed like a wasted opportunity. We got to see in the Android and Cell sagas how someone with her unique skill set could be utilized. So why not try the same here? She gets to apply her genius by decoding the mystery of Arinsu's machines, and in the process advances the main plot in ways only she is equipped to do so. Much the same way we've dramatic.
And later down the line, she may be able to find the flaws in what they are working to create, and with finding the flaws, we'll probably have a means or ways to stop it.
Change this King Kadan section. Everything here is done in service of character, adventure, and progression. In the training grounds, they open out onto lower terraces, lit by a fiery sunset that paints the cliffs in deep orange hues. Rows of soldiers move in loose formation, their movements tired, but their shouts echoing with unwavering strength. From among them stepped Amazon, a towering redhead. Her sword twice as tall as Goku himself, and a purple cape flowing behind her like a banner.
Small. Well, no matter. Kadan sent word you wish to train with us. Let's see if you have what it takes.
The hours that follow were a blur of strange drills that awakened a faint nostalgia in Goku for his time with the old turtle hermit. He was made to carry buckets of molten ore.
So it's not really going to be a sparring match. It's actually train. Okay, I like that.
Up the many flights of stairs surrounding the castle. He was forced to balance on narrow poles while deflecting wooden arrows with his Nyoibo. Whenever he would lose focus, Amazon would hurl a pebble that hit him squarely between his eyes.
Your balance is terrible.
I'm not used to being this short.
As the time passed, the courtyard's laughter grew. Soldiers bet quietly on whether he'd quit, but this is Goku after all. He fell, he stumbled, he yelled, but each time he rose again. His rhythm improved, his footwork steadied. Amazon began to smile. By the time the torches were lit against the evening sky, sweat darkened Goku's gi and steam rose off of his shoulders. Amazon nodded once.
Now we test.
With a single whistle, a dozen soldiers surrounded him. The first charge came fast. Goku slipped under a spear, caught another by the shaft, and spun that soldier into his partner. He leapt between them, movements flowing like water through cracks in stone. Each movement smoother than the last, instincts returning with every strike. By the end, only Goku stood, chest heaving, grinning wide. His arms akimbo, he screamed at the top of his lungs. But with a flash, he collapsed to the ground once more.
Unable to transform. Let's go. That's what I was. Okay, yes.
Transformations are on the table just yet.
Yes.
But I am finally getting the hang of this body.
Huh. Maybe you'll survive Pastara after all.
Glorio, watching from a quiet vantage point, looks around and makes a call on his transmitter.
Well, look who it is.
Listen, I know I screwed up with the Namekian, but I have a way to make up for it. I found another you can use for the wish.
Oh, how absurdly convenient. And is this miraculous Namekian with you now?
Not yet, but an envoy will be sent shortly.
Oh, his plan would have not worked, actually, because he was trying to get Piccolo. Piccolo is a fighting Namekian. Only certain Namekians can make Dragon Balls, and Piccolo is not that type of Namekian.
Once he's here, I'll bring him to you personally.
Yes. Well, I'm sure this tale of your astute ability rings true. The plans have changed, my dear. And those plans no longer involve you.
You told me I had your word.
And you told me you'd deliver a Namekian. Until such time you do, you're out.
Whoa!
Torches flickered along the cliffs as Pansy and the others gathered at the ship's landing zone. Below, the valley shimmered with scattered lights.
A little bit of betrayal, a little, or on the. She didn't really betray. I guess he most often in the Daima story-wise, it was really just him that betrayed her.
Waiting them beyond the haze.
You have my blessing. These people can clearly keep you safe. But tread carefully, daughter. Pastara is like nothing you've ever seen. Even the Demon King's rule seldom reaches there.
You forget who you're talking to.
It's time to meet some monsters.
As the ship takes off, the hum of the Demon Realm's night fills the air. Drums in the distance, laughter, the low murmur.
I like how they
unseen
have a
creatures
rendition
stirring
of
away.
the Daima's
Below
theme
them, Kadan watched
in the
until they
background.
vanished into the purple mist. Off the back of that, we get a nice cutaway transition to the purple fumes escaping the witch's cauldron, where Arinsu prepares for Majin Ku's creation. This scene is largely the exact same as that which was in the original, albeit without Marba's retcon. She's a simple assistant in our story instead. We find out that Arinsu traveled to Earth during the Buu Saga to retrieve samples for her clones. She finishes creating Ku, and as he emerges, he is exactly as we remember. Disarmingly silly, loyal, and deceptively clever. It turns out she knew where Dabura was the entire time, but never told anyone because she had her own plan of succeeding the realm. The main difference between the original and this is that Arinsu doesn't yet wish for Ku to challenge the Tamagami of that world, as it's far too close to Goma, and she has no idea if Ku's powerful enough to challenge him if push ever came to shove. Therefore, she devises a different sort of test. The scene ends with her grinning menacingly.
Okay, I like it.
So, we changed Kadan Castle. I know, bear with me. Within the original run of Dragon Ball Daima, Kadan Castle was very much a highlight. Goku meeting Kadan and sparring with his men is cool, but we felt like it was a bit too easy, and most importantly, skipped over introducing any of the characters that reappeared later. We actually see this female warrior in the original Kadan Castle leading the training of Kadan's men, and while she appears later, sort of, she's not even named outside of the credits. That sparked something in us.
Ooh, they're gonna make her more of a proper character. Okay.
Goku regaining his powers felt too easy in the original, and his reacquisition of Super Saiyan was unceremonious to say the least. And so, with both of these issues hanging in the air, we decided to rework this Kadan section from the ground up. Instead of mowing through nameless soldiers we don't care about, we thought, why not have this underutilized leader of Kadan's army put Goku through his paces? By taking this route, we're not only bonded to
I like this.
Amazon and Ur version, but we gain insight into how Kadan's army maintains its strength, all the while offering Goku a much-needed sequence where he can elevate his own physical standing in a perceptible way, rather than improvement magically happening when the story demands it. And if we're being honest, who doesn't love a good classic martial arts training sequence? It is the 40th anniversary.
Yes, and that's more, and honestly, that adds more of that Dragon Ball feel we have in Daima in the first place, which I would love that. That would be amazing.
Just trying to create a curve of progression. It's as if we're starting from level 1 in an RPG and grinding to beat that final boss. And this is but one of many beats still to come.
Ooh. Last episode of this video. Let's go. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for this whole fucking series.
The ship touches down on the outskirts of Pastara with a...
And I'm saying this now, especially I with how they've been doing the writing, I'm really looking forward to what they do towards the end with Super Saiyan 4 and even Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Stuff like that.
Low hum that scattered dust and ash into the air. From afar, the city looked like a maze built out of scrap and desperation. Metal and clay stacked haphazardly, towers leaning like old drunks against one another. The inhabitants, an amalgamation of horrifying creatures from myth and legend. Glorio steps down the ramp.
Cheerful place.
Hybus, staying behind in his seat, arms folded, says,
I guess I'll keep watch. We'll need a quick exit when things go wrong.
Appreciate the confidence,
Pastara hits them all at once. Sound, smell, heat. The air is thick with smoke from open grates and flickering neon signs sputtering above narrow streets. Haphazard wires hang overhead like spiderwebs, dripping condensation into puddles below. Markets and buildings hunch close together. Alleyways branch in every which direction, thin and shadowed, hiding more than they reveal. Everywhere, someone is running a con.
Whoa! There's so many people here!
Moving through the crowd, they notice something drawing others in, a buzz in the air beyond the usual chaos. Every surface, every wall was plastered with posters.
Ooh, are we gonna see that bounty hunter they kinda that's exclusive to this story show up here? This feels definitely like the area that we might actually... Ooh, fighting that bounty hunter might be the reason Goku taps in and able to push himself to go Super Saiyan.
The Grand Pastara Coliseum. At the top of each one, silhouetted in gold ink, loomed the unmistakable head of a minotaur. Stopping to look closer, a voice beckons them from behind.
You lot looking to enter?
Enter what?
The Kappa's grin widened.
The Battle Royale happens every year. Lord Tormund himself runs the show. The whole town bets their last coin on it.
Oh no. Goku hears about a tournament kind of fight thing. He's all in, motherfuckers!
Last one standing gets anything from his treasury. Anything at all.
What about a round key?
Round key's no issue. The Demon King's goons enter every year behind their glorious leader's back. Never win, though. Damn fools.
The group exchanged glances, excitement and calculation mixing in their eyes.
Well, sounds like we found our lead.
The Colosseum loomed ahead, black against the deep sky. Ooh. It didn't belong to this age. Towering spires rose from a foundation, a cathedral built from violence. Contestants knelt in rows, heads bowed before a raised platform where the Minotaur himself sat in shadow. Lord Towerman of Pastara, donning a simple loincloth and golden bangles, with one hand rested on an obsidian cane and the other toying with a gold coin, his presence oozed fear and demanded respect. His voice rumbled low and oily.
No blood. Always a pleasure.
We're here for the tournament.
Of course you are. Everyone wants something. Money, jewels, deeds to land. What is it you come to me for?
A realm key.
Is that all? I expected something grander. But a trinket? Fine. Win and it's yours. Hey, promises cost me nothing.
Glorio's eyes narrowed and Shin's brows furrow. There was something about his wording here. A promise. A man who sold that same promise 1,000 times over. As they make their way out, Pansy's complaints about this obvious ruse are cut off by Glorio.
You might be right, but what choice do we have here?
Okay. How about this? I'll sneak into the treasury during the introductions. Once I find the key, I'll give the signal and we're gone before the fight even starts.
Good idea. Besides Goku, it looks like all entrants need to wear those collars.
Upon
I was about to say, where's Goku? And I don't think he wants to run away from this fight. I think he wants to enter.
Discovering that Goku isn't walking beside them any longer, a voice calls to Shin from behind. It's Goku, and he's now wearing a collar.
Hey, wait up, guys! Aren't you signing up too?
Goku! Something doesn't feel right about this place. There's no telling who you're going to be up against.
Goku had to put on a collar for the tournament?
And in your current state.
Oh, jeez, I just wanted to put my training to the test. If we want to stand any shot at taking down a Goma guy, we gotta get stronger.
Shin sighs and relents.
I'll sign up too. In a place like this, it pays to have someone to watch your back.
Awesome. Gorillo, are you really strong?
Glorio extends a smile before moving to the sign-up desk himself.
I guess you'll see. And
I also just noticed...
I'll sign up too.
Goma guy, we gotta...
I saw a small error. The necklace disappears in a second.
Get stronger.
Shin sighs and relents.
I'll sign up too. In a place like this, it pays to have someone to watch your back.
Or not necklace,
Awesome.
the collar. See, the collar's gone now.
Gorillo,
And it's gone again.
you really strong?
Glorio extends a smile before moving to the sign-up desk himself.
I guess you'll see. And it's Glorio.
Shin looks to Pansy with a troubled expression.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
Don't worry, I'll be in and out. Plus, if you're nearby, you can always come rescue me.
She laughs to herself while pretending to be a damsel in distress. Shin sighs, looking back at Goku as he examines Glorio closely. Trying to size him up, Shin smiles.
I suppose we don't have a choice.
Now in a crystal-laden cave, Arinsu turns to Ku.
All right, Ku. It's time for a little test.
Oh, like a quiz.
If don't get eaten as a quiz to you, sure.
With a snap of her fingers, a circular rune appears on the floor and a lioness chimera bursts forth. Part lion, dragon, and Lord knows what else. Ku turns back to Arinsu, confused.
What are you waiting for?
The chimera whips its tail into Ku, sending him flying into the crystal walls of the cavern.
He's got no idea actually how to fight.
He sits up, emerging from a cloud of dust with a stalagmite broken off in his belly.
Ow! I think I broke the floor.
You broke you, Ku. The floor is fine. Try again.
Ku tries once more, jumping onto the chimera's back, but it bucks him off, sending him flying once again.
He's got no skill in fighting.
That's enough. I've seen what I need to see.
His body and his strength is there, but like his body's durability and his strength is there. He just doesn't know how to wield it.
That we need a better margin.
I thought I did really well. I didn't get eaten even a little bit.
The chimera yawns, curls up, and promptly falls asleep. Arinsu begins to walk away.
Maybe I was supposed to be the one who eats. That's what it was.
Suddenly, a small fragment of Ku's body pops off. Wriggling on the floor, it turns into a small version of himself. The tiny Ku looks up to the larger original version and squeaks,
"Your turn!"
Instantly, the green mass that made up Ku reformed into a smaller but perfect mimic of the monster he had just faced. Arinsu turns and her eyes grow wide, as if by magic.
You know, to be fair, besides Majin Ku really didn't show a lot of that Majin Buu kind of power-esque abilities like Majin Buu did with some of the stretchiness and all that stuff, but Majin Ku not so much.
Magic, tiny Ku jumped into the lion's mouth. Once consumed, Ku reverted back to his normal shape again.
Ta-da!
A shapeshifter. Fascinating. Well, perhaps you're not a total waste after all.
Arinsu turns to leave the cavern with not just a new Majin in mind now, but a sneaky backup plan.
Okay.
Goku and Glorio enter the battle arena of the Colosseum. Thousands of spectators scream and cheer as the combatants make their way to the center.
We should probably try to avoid the center and stick to the perimeters, picking out moments to...
Glorio looks for Goku, but he's already running gleefully into the center of the arena floor. Cutting back to Shin, we see that he's seated high up in the back row with Pansy. From there, he plans to keep an eye on everyone and everything.
And there he goes.
Is he gonna be okay?
You know, I'd never count Goku out.
Welcome to Pastara's annual Battle Royale. We've got quite the show.
There's my chance.
Shin wishes her luck as she shuffles from her seat.
Introducing this year's contestants, we have Outer Realmers, Goku and Glorio.
The crowd begins to get riled up, and Pansy's empty seat next...
But none of them wondered about the collar? None of them? Really? On Goku? I guess it must be a thing for contestants. Although Glorio doesn't seem to have it.
The Shin quickly fills. As the announcer lists off the names of the contestants, Goku smiles and strikes a classic fighting pose, ready for the chaos that's to come. When the battle itself starts, Goku does really well, much to Glorio's surprise. Think of it like the original King Kadan soldier fight from Dragon Ball Daima, making light work of many of the regular Third Demon World fighters. However, as the losers begin to leave, we're shown them being escorted away by military police against their will. Handcuffed and subjugated by their collars, they're taken away to an unknown area of the Colosseum. As the tournament progresses, Goku catches sight of Glorio. This is the first time Goku's seen him fight, and it is impressive. As Glorio finishes off another fighter, Goku moves in to test himself against Glorio's prowess.
Wow, you're amazing, Giorgio! So, that's how you fight with magic. Can you show me how strong you really are?
In response to this request, Glorio showcases an enormous magical attack that knocks Goku back several feet.
It's Glorio.
Goku nips up with a wide grin, dashing to Glorio for a counterattack, only for Glorio to drop his guard and say,
"Wait!"
Goku stops in his tracks, confused.
What's up? Is it those military police guys?
No, not just them. Have you noticed something strange about that guy over there?
Glorio gestures towards a large and muscle-bound demon making his way through the field of remaining enemies with intense aggression.
He's not wearing a contestant collar.
As the tournament
Okay, so they are contestant collars.
rages on, Pansy finds herself quickly approaching the prize room through the air ducts. Once an opening presents itself, she drops down into a dimly lit room.
Where are the prizes?
Instead, the room is filled with energy canisters, the pipes leading out into the hallway itself. Pansy peers down and
No contestant truly wins. They are all just beaten and harvested.
notices defeated contestants being led into the same room these pipes stem from, with many canisters being led away from the room by the military police themselves. As soon as the muffled shrieks are overheard, Pansy takes off back towards the arena. Something is very wrong. The battle continues around them, but Goku and Glorio are fixated on the colorless one, the large figure wielding a giant club of some kind. As if sensing their gaze, he steps towards Goku and Glorio, holding up a single piece of paper. Goku's wanted poster.
Ah, there you are.
This fellow is called Zeus. And understanding what's about to go down, Glorio attempts an
Is that supposed to be the bounty hunter dude we saw earlier?
attack, a desperate one, but with one look, Zeus triggers Glorio's collar to light up. Screams spew from his mouth as he falls to the floor, writhing in agony.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop that!
Relenting, Zeus shifts his focus back towards Goku, continuing his steady walk forward.
So this piece of paper here tells me you're pretty important. Are you tough too?
Seeing this, Shin jolts from his seat, only to be immediately met by a firm hand from the seat behind him. Before he can react, a collar is placed around his neck also.
Oh, fuck!
So, as he looks up, we discover a demon wearing a wide-brimmed hat and trench coat holding a communicator to his mouth.
No, there's the fucking bounty hunter!
Looking Shin right in the eye, this strange figure smirks and says,
"Now."
A rapid series of explosions suddenly bombard the Colosseum. Stands start to collapse. People are scrambling for their exits. Contestants are even running for the doors, and as chaos abounds all around them, this strange figure takes his seat, again with a smile.
Ooh.
Ooh, man, oh man, that fight sure was amazing, but you know what it wasn't more amazing than? This damn cool new shirt we just launched. Myself and my team have worked on this design for a long time, and finally it's ready to release, so if you want to pick it up and support the channel, the link is in the description.
Well.
A simple tournament? Not anymore. Assassins strike from the
Ah, so yeah, during this segment, okay, episode 6.
shadows and lock Pastara into a deadly siege. The brat is trapped. The townspeople are in danger, and one wrong move could level everything. Just how many of these bandits are there? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Magic.
Ooh, I will definitely be looking for it. Wait. I'm gonna definitely be looking forward to the full release of the next batch of episodes. I wonder if there's a release date or anything. If there is any time frame or announcement of when the next part drops, please inform me down below in the comments. And yeah, show your support to Totally Not Mark and TeamFourStar. They did an outstanding job with this story so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest. Like, this isn't like full-on Dragon Ball Z Abridged Daima edition or anything, but this is damn close and has so many awesome elements to it that I love. So, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. It's a little bit of a lengthy one, almost an hour and 45 minutes. So, go check out another video if you made it all the way to here. And what do you guys think so far with the first 5 episodes that we got, and hopefully more to come in the future. So if you guys enjoyed this reaction, hit that like button on the way out. Go check out more videos, subscribe, and later.
In the pixelated world where the gamers unite, there's a name that shines bright, bringing joy to the night. Steven's killer, he's the king of the street.
light. Steven's killer, take us on